My name is Tanya Martinez, and I'm the founder of Career Transformations, a new outplacement provider focusing on collaborating with small to mid-sized businesses that have slim to no HR presence and need outplacement support from beginning to end. Our team of consultants will help these organizations manage the change that they're going through from an HR, legal, and compliance perspective, but we also support them from the finance and benefit perspective as well, because those are critical elements from our, for our departing teams that are leaving the organization. And finally, our team of career coaches and executive coaches will work with clients departing the organization, as well as existing employees, to really help them through the change while strengthening them to be their best. And today I'd like to introduce Carole Stizza, an executive leadership coach, senior HR professional, and a strength strategy specialist who her clients gain clarity on what they want and how they get recognized for their valued experiences and reap the rewards that are most meaningful to them. So welcome, Carole.
Thank you. This is exciting to be with you today.
Awesome. I'm thrilled to be working with you as well, and just want to extend open arms to welcome you into the outplacement program that we've launched. I'm just jumping right in and, giving people an opportunity to really learn more about you as a coach. And so I guess the first question is really, what inspired you to be part of this kind of program?
I think anytime that an organization is willing to invest in their people as they transition, there's a lot of room of self-discovery, self-awareness, and of reminding them of what sets them apart and what will make them unique wherever they choose to go, whether they're staying in-house or whether they're transitioning out. And that is a brilliant opportunity to remind them that they are ready for the next challenge, whatever that is.
Awesome. And tell us a little bit about your background and relevant insight, your business.
Well, I have moved around supporting my husband in an Air Force career of 26 years. And throughout all of that, I worked in a number of HR roles and got to see the just brilliant benefit of great leadership and the fallout of not great leadership. And what's interesting is what it does to the organizational culture, how it can transition really, really quickly. Even great leadership can turn things around really fast. So when I got the opportunity to step out on my own, I chose to step in and remain connected with leadership development, whether they're in the C-suite or whether they're emerging leaders. Because in HR became further and further away of working with people directly due to the needs of an organization. It's just organic. And so I chose to step right in the face of working with professionals. And a lot of people just want to remain relevant at work. And so I named my company Relevant Insights because that's where people really wanted to know they fit.
Awesome. I love it. And what makes you successful in coaching others?
So you mentioned I'm a strength strategy specialist. I do assessments. And one of the most brilliant assessments I've found useful in driving rich conversations is Clifton Strength Finders, where it really helps people understand how their brain works, where your natural strengths are from your hard drive. It's what makes you think, how you interpret information. And I was able to not only discern what sets my clients apart, but what sets me apart. And I never knew there was a name for it. We all have that special talent that you just thought, well, I just knew I did it, didn't know it was a thing. I have one of those gifts that I can listen to very different data points in a conversation and start to connect the dots and see the lines. A lot of times when people are so close to the situation, they don't even hear themselves to understand what is a commonality that's driving this challenge. So I can actually unpack that. I'm also very strategic, looking at the end goal of what it is that they've said and understanding all the different ways and the choices they have to get there. So it makes for a very rewarding conversation. As a coach, we get to ask a lot of questions, but we also know that the person in front of us is creative, resourceful, and whole, and that they do know what they want. They just are getting in their own way. And I have a gift for asking questions to get them through that.
That's awesome. Thank you. And can you tell us a little bit about your certifications and or trainings that you have acquired over time?
Sure. I just recently had to explain this to my own family. They're like, Mom, what are all these letters? So, as a PCC coach, that means I'm a professional certified coach through ICF, which is the International Coaching Federation. With my HR credentials, Society of HR Management has different levels of credentials, and I hold a senior HR professional credential, lots of letters. And then as a strength strategy certified specialist, that's another set of letters. So it was really interesting to unpack this with the family, like, oh, okay, now I get it. Now I can explain it. But the certifications are ones you have to keep up. So I have to continually do continuing education credits for ICF and for SHRM, so that we're staying abreast of what's really happening in the world and on the global playing field for our clients.
That's great. And lastly, what is a common theme you see in why people select you as their career coach or executive coach?
A lot of times people will hear me speaking at an event, or I will have been hired to do a training or development on strategy or leadership in the organization. And they'll pull me aside like, it sounds like you really understand leadership. And what I understand is that every single person gets up to be their best, including leaders. But the moment someone goes from doing what made them a rock star into a leadership role, no one gave them a piece of paper saying, here's how your job changes. So they get into a new role trying to do what they did before as that rock star. And that shift just causes them to start second guessing themselves, just wondering what they don't know, and or trying to do it themselves and be like somebody else. And they're not like somebody else. So they haven't been able to take the time to understand what sets them apart and allow them to choose who they want to become as a leader. And my coaching allows that to happen.
Amazing. Carole, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today.
Oh, always. It's a joy and an honor to help anybody that gets to be in your care.
Thank you. Finding a coach that is a good fit for ourselves is important. And when your organization partners with career transformations, you have a team of professionals and certified coaches that are invested into helping your employees be their best. And regardless if they're leaving the organization or not, it's important to give them this opportunity. And if you're looking for support for your employees and don't have the internal resources or teams to coach them, please reach out to us directly to set up a consultation. You can contact me directly at info@careertransformationsdenver.com, and you can check us out on the website at www.careertransformationsdenver.com. Thank you so much.